Alright, so we got something fun today, and kind of cool too because I'm a little bit hungry, so this will come in really handy right now. But before we start, just a quick disclaimer: you're supposed to use a converter transformer thing. I do not, but you're not supposed to because this is from Japan, and their voltage is a little bit different. Not by a lot, because I mean it's the same plug, just a bit different. So don't do what I'm doing. If you have one at your own risk, plug it in, because there is people saying that they plug it in like this and then it stopped working. For me, I've been using this for about 6 months and it's perfectly fine. But again, at your own risk, don't come run into me if it doesn't work. Now, the next disclaimer, this is a toaster after all. So remember that. Well, in Japan, it's considered a bread oven. That's what they quote it at. It's extremely well built. I mean, this thing is freaking incredible how it's built. Like all the materials in it and whatnot, they just feel freaking great, which makes sense because this is a $300, I think originally $500 item. Now that disclaimer goes with if you're somebody that says all the bread's the same, or if you don't care about bread, or if you know buying something like this of course is too much, then this is definitely not for you. This is because I love this thing. I do like bread by itself. I do like bread with butter on it, of course, toast and whatnot. When you have the bread from here, it's completely different though. Kind of more in lines if you're a person that when they go to the store, they have to buy the baked bread. That's something that like this would interest you a bit more. And remember, this only does bread, nothing else. So it is very expensive for one specific item, but it does it insanely well. And I'll go over a couple little things as fast as I can. And I do have the proper bread for it, which is great. That makes a huge difference. If you have the right bread for this, it makes a huge difference. I know you can go down the store and you can go get like fresh bakery bread, real, baked bread and whatnot, and it'll taste amazing, yes. But Japanese bread, it's different. It's way more spongy. It's way more like chewy, and it's thicker. I think a standard loaf over there is way more like a Texas toast almost, but it's just so much more dense. And so the great thing about this is if you have like that day old bread, or in my case, this is about a week old. I keep it in the freezer though, and then let it thaw when it's ready. And so that's gonna make it different. So the way it uses its own steam of the bread to cook it and all that other stuff. I won't get into that, but anyways, you got the first right here for regular toast, defrosted. Bread with topping is what that's called, and then the French toast, and then this, I believe it is the thickness of the bread. Most American loaves will hit about an 8, but the Japanese one that I got is the 6. And then of course your how dark you want it or how well toasted you want it to be. Sometimes you get a little bit scary when you're putting an American toast in here by their standards, and you click on that and it burns a little bit. So with American toast, you kind of gotta mess with it a little bit. But once you realize and understand what you're using it and what goes with what, then you have no problem. So anyways, let me just do a quick move around. I mean, it's a really simple color, nothing too crazy about it. Has a little wood grain finish up on top. And in the back, you get the little blurb about it. I like how the model number is the toasts, or the toast suit. You get the URL, QR code thing, warnings and whatnot. Even though it is plastic, it holds heat, withholds heat very well. And then I am a bit on the lazier side. So I did put a piece of aluminum foil on the inside. I just pushed it around and poked at it really gently and got it to put it. But it does have a non-stick coating, as you can kind of see. Let me take off the little spindle. And so now with the part of the bread, I do have Japanese toast. Bring that out real quick. There we go. And so you see how it says up here 6 slices? That's what you want. That's what correlates with the 6, the 8, the 5 is how many slices per loaf you get. And that's what makes it super precise on what bread you use. And so I don't know how well this will transfer to video, but you could see that it's very thick and it's really spongy. It is a little bit stale on the back. It got some air back here, but it's still, I mean, it smells pretty good too. Ripped a little bit, but yeah, you can see it's still just an ordinary piece of loaf of bread, nothing too crazy about it, and it does fit rather perfectly in here. And then if you have breads with topping, a little tip that I like to do is if you can put an egg on here and it'll cook it for you. I just indent it really, really well so the egg yolk kind of sits in there. So again, if you do have the real Japanese bread stuff, either Japanese bakery or something like this prepackaged, that's what you want to go for, because that'll give you the best results by far, and it tastes incredibly good. I'll have this typically like a loaf for breakfast and whatnot, and it's just amazing. Okay, so I'm not putting anything in there. This is gonna throw off a lot of steam, and it cooks fairly quickly. So as you can see, I didn't put anything in it, nothing special, nothing extra. This is a 6, and let's go to the darker setting. So I have tried other items in here. I tried like French toast waffles, you know, Lego My Eggo type deal stuff. Really nothing too crazy, nothing too different with it. I like I said, I did do the egg. I did cheese. Cheese on it was freaking great. The top heater coil thing, heating plate, my bad. The top heating plate really does a really good job of melting the cheese and stuff you put on top. I have done croissants in here, like really, really good croissants, and it's able to like crisp the outside and the inside still stays super buttery. So it is a really big difference. And I only put it in here for like, I'll put it like on the highest and I'll only put it to toast, and then I'll just put it in there for like 30 seconds. Like I'll just watch it and just open it when it's ready. But I got kind of lucky because I bought this used off a guy in Japan. He said he only used it about 12 times, and so that really brought down the price. Because again, this is a very expensive toaster. Don't expect anything but toast, you know, from this, if that makes any sense at all. I mean, like I said, I love it because I love how it toasts the bread. It toasts it perfectly throughout the whole bread. There might be some steam that comes out the back. I'm not too sure how well that'll come off. And again, this is a bit stale, but it does such a great job of toasting both sides and then evenly toasting them throughout, so the inside just retains all the moisture. And since you're cooking it in a closed container, all of that steam just builds up and kind of cooks it throughout. Cooks it and toasts the outside really, really well. And that's something that for me I really did enjoy about it. And then when you have the Japanese toast to it, that really gets it elevated. And the smell, I mean, the whole room will smell incredibly well, like it does right now. There is a bit of steam and heat coming off the back right now. So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go. Yeah, it's getting close to being done. So for butter, I got Land O'Lakes. I really like it. It's really smooth, nice saltiness to it. Tastes really good. Okay, let me get this all ready. Yeah, when the click in stop, it's almost ready. Any second. You can see the amount of steam coming off the back. It's really hot, so you don't want to get too close to that. And then right now when I open it, you'll just see a huge thing of steam come out. Almost ready. Come on. But yeah, it smells really good. What other things have I tried in here? Croissants. I think like 1 or 2 other things I've tried in here. Nothing too crazy. Oh, hot dogs. I did hot dog buns in here. Hot dog buns come out really good. You just gotta open them and lay them flat. There we go. Ooh. Okay, let's get a close-up of it. You can see it looks nice and toasted. Oh, it's hot. It's nice and toasted. Nice and golden on top. It's a little bit lighter than normally. But, let me see if I can... You can hear that crispness of it, but it just stays really, really fluffy. Yeah, I retained everything really, really well. Can I put some butter on this real quick and I'll get back. Okay, so you can see, put some butter on it, and so now it looks really, really good. How it's like glistening and stuff. See if we can get it to focus. There we go. So like I said, it's able to hold all of the like almost a fresh bake taste to it, where the inside's still nice and fluffy and the outside has a nice crispiness to it. And let me just take a bite real quick because I'm getting really hungry. And the inside's still really, really fluffy. And it's just, the Japanese bread is just so dense. And I gotta say, it just tastes so good. Especially how I'm a little hungry right now. So, I mean, now you can understand a little bit more about how I feel as if, like, even though it's so simple, you know, bread with butter on it, it just tastes so dang good. And it's kind of hard to go back. You know, every now and then when I go to, like, breakfast places and I get some toast, I kind of realize how bad it is, or how, like you know, how it's still good, but this is, like, completely different in all ways, you know. It's really hard to I understand, justify $300 on a toaster is a lot, or more. But hey, if you have a friend that has one, I say go try it. And anytime I have friends over, I always, you know, if I have bread, I'm like, hey, you want to try some toast? And then they see how different it is, and they understand a bit better. You know, I'm still a little crazy for spending this much on a toaster though. But I'm gonna finish this toast, and yeah. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it.